Neil, question for you now. Obviously, we hear a lot of talk about business plans, cash flow, forecast, management accounts, things that would frighten a lot of new businesses setting out thinking, how do I actually put these together? And also, of course, there's a lot to do when you're setting up a business. Can they find the time to do these things properly? But do you need a whole team of accountants to help you, or can you do it on your own?
Well, I don't think there's a right and wrong answer. I think that you definitely need support from others to help you with that plan. Now, that could be professional advisors, accountants and so on, and fantastic support that they can provide. It could be friends and family who are in that industry or other industries who've got experience that can help you. But there's also, you know, you can go either online or buy software packages, and in fact all the banks provide pretty much these free sort of software packages, Sage and so on, that actually help you to structure your business plan, to structure how to create a cash flow forecast and your own management accounts and so on. So I think the answer is you do need to put your own energy and your own sort of personality into your business plan. But actually getting support from people around you that you trust, as well as your advisors, and perhaps some software packaging as well, will really help to make that a really good plan.
Any other sort of obvious mistakes or pitfalls for this area?
I'd just say that I think no person can be an expert in everything. So surround yourself with a group of people who can advise and counsel you. Seek out mentors in business financing, seek out mentors in marketing, all of the different disciplines. So know really where your strengths lie and then look to complement those with others.
Well, that, Neil, brings me neatly on to a question about mentoring. I know there is a new scheme. How does it work? How do people get involved?
Yeah, it's very new. It's essentially trying to harness the experience of other people in business and within the banks as well, so that you can work closely with a business, a specific business, to give them some hands-on support and guidance, and introduce them to the right people that are going to help their business. And one of the things we've always tried to do is put some of our businesses that are growing and trying to understand their market better in touch with other clients that are perhaps a little bit further down the track, so that they can support them and see them through, you know, give them that little bit of guidance that's going to help them. You know, there's a process that you go through to get the right training and support yourself, so you know how to pass that on. But essentially the concept is simple, and try and keep it as simple as possible. It's about putting the right people in touch with each other so that they can support those businesses that best need it.
What I think is great about the initiative is it's free. You know, of course a client needs to get advice from their accountant on very specific, you know, tax issues. It needs to come to the bank in certain times as well. But the mentoring scheme is absolutely free. So, you know, any client who's looking at expansion or sale or consolidation, to actually have a mentor to help bounce ideas off that's free of charge, I think it's a fantastic idea.
There's a lot of evidence to say if you've got a mentor, you're going to be more successful. But having somebody alongside who can be really honest as a mentor, you know, that can provide huge dividends. You can find the details on the Mentors Me website, but also go and get an accountant. You know, many businesses will see their accountant just once a year when they're getting the account signed off. But, you know, there's a lot of complexity in running a business. You know, if you've got your business registration to start with, you've got your company accounts you have to send to, or company details you have to send to Companies House every year. You've got to do your accounts that may well be VAT.
And things change all the time.
Things change all the time. Yeah. And, you know, the VAT notices come through 5 a week. So you need someone just helping you manage all that. So don't be scared about putting a few pounds to one side to use an accountant and use them properly, so that they help you manage your accounts in the best way that you can.
But is there any advice on how much money, either as a percentage of what you've got, you should be spending on so-called experts? Because some people, I think, do believe it is going to be a lot of money, but perhaps if they put a lot in, they'll get a lot out.
Well, I don't have a rule of thumb, and I think it varies from industry to industry as well. What I would say, though, is in the early days of a start-up business, what you've got to always make sure is that you keep your cost base low, and you do keep some money back in reserve. And I think that, you know, if you do keep your cost base low and you keep some money back, then when you need to call upon advice and you need to perhaps call people in and so on, you have the ability to do that because you've got a little bit of cash to the side. And the actual costs day-to-day aren't that great at that stage in the business life cycle. And so I haven't got an exact answer, but I think if you keep to, you know, some cash to the side and keep your cost base low in the early days, you can then pull in the right people.
But go and ask the accountant. You know, if you need some accounting advice, pick the phone up to an accountant and say, this is what I need, how much is it going to cost me? And most accountants will give you half an hour without charging you, and then tell you what it's going to cost and tell you the advice that you need. So, you know, make the most of that.